Conditions are worsening along Highway 12 along the Outer Banks. Take a look at some pictures on both Hatteras and Ocracoke.
You can see significant amounts of water coming over the dunes. Officials say you should not travel along Route 12.
10 News Side's Jason Marks now live at Nags Head. And Jason, how have conditions changed for you since this morning?
Donald. Yeah, Don, Katie, only getting worse. I mean, take a look. This is the ocean right here. We're at Nags Head. That's Jeanette's Pier. And you can see the waves are only getting bigger. We started to see them build early this morning. They are continuing to build. At times, we've seen some heavy rain. We saw a couple swaths of rain come through a little while ago. Now, you mentioned some of that overwash over on Hatteras Island. My colleagues, Andy Fox and photojournalist Aaron Kurtz, they were over on Hatteras Island. They just got back. Let's show you some video from Buxton, and you can take a look at some of what they captured. North Carolina Department of Transportation, their crews are doing what they can to try to get the overwash off of Highway 12, but there's only so much they can do. We do know it was going to happen. It was going to happen at some point, and it will at some point most likely be cut off from the rest of the mainland. I can tell you right now that mandatory evacuation is still in place here in Dare County. I talked with officials and they are telling me the next step here is they're asking people to stay off the roads. And here's the reason why. If we can come out live, let me quickly show you why they don't want anyone to go on the roads at this point. All right, so we're at high tide. High tide was around 10:40, and you can see the waves as they're watching up. Now look at where they went to, all right? Now remember, the storm's not here yet, and we had a wave that went all the way to about here. Now just over that dune is Highway 12, Beach Road, the old Highway 12. Eventually what will happen during the next high tide or the high tide after that, eventually those waves will breach the sand and they'll run into the road. And we've seen it time and time again, and it will happen at some point during the storm. We don't know where, but it'll happen, and that will stop causing water to fill up the road, and it makes it very dangerous. Plus, then you have emergency crews on the road, and they just don't want people out there. So if you are watching right now, go ahead and hunker down, ride out the storm, and we'll see what happens. Of course, this is just the start. We'll give you another live look coming up in about a half an hour, but for now, that's the latest here in Nags Head. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
And I'm Marielena Dolores here at the Virginia Beach ocean front, where we are seeing a lot of wind and a lot of waves. You can see it here by the pier. The waves are just crashing onto it right now. Now, we checked in with city officials a little bit ago. They say that the shelters are still open at Kellam and Lansdowne High School. And if you have any issues with power during the storm, please call Dominion Energy. They are the ones that'll be able to help you. Now, we were out here earlier today talking to some people who decided to come out and see what was going on. So this is Scott. Scott's from Virginia Beach. So Scott, why did you come out here today?
To enjoy the good weather and, be happy about the powerful surf. It's pretty fun to see and check out and feel the power of the ocean.
Now, you were telling us just a few minutes ago that you guys used to jump off the pier and go surfing out here.
A long time ago, and they used to allow that. They don't do that anymore.
What do you think about these waves right now? You probably maybe don't want to be out there right now.
It's pretty much a washing machine, but after it cleans up, it'll be a little bit more fun. Okay. Definitely, once it turns and goes offshore, it'll be a lot better.
We saw some people actually a few minutes ago getting in there with boogie boards. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Good for them. They're a little bit younger than me. They're enjoying every second. Good for them. That'll be a lot of fun.
What do you feel when these waves kind of get close up to you here?
It's powerful. It's a good, strong, warm, tropical wave. It just feels great out here. It's invigorating. It really is.
You think you'll stay out here a little while longer?
A little bit longer. The sun's out. It's actually coming out, and the bands, in between bands, it's a lot of fun. It's super cool.
All right. Well, Scott, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day out here. You heard it here. We got some big waves. Probably not a good idea to get out there and go surfing at all. It is really windy. Waves are strong. We talked to folks up on the pier. They said it's just been getting worse throughout the morning. And of course, we are still a few hours away now from when Hurricane Florence is expected to make landfall. So we'll keep you updated here at the ocean front. For now, live in Virginia Beach, I'm Marielena Dolores, 10 on your side.
Yeah, and got a few people out there just checking out the waves before the heavier part hits. New at midday, the Virginia National Guard is staged and ready to go. More than 12,000 personnel are ready to support local and state emergency management officials. V&G's soldiers, airmen, and members of the Virginia Defense Force are staged across the Commonwealth. That they are prepared to help with a number of missions, including high water transport and shelter management help.
In developing news, Governor Roy Cooper ordered 2,800 National Guard soldiers to North Carolina.
This morning, he updated the media on how the state is preparing, and he sent out a strong warning to all residents.
Our Stephanie Harris gathered information from that news conference for you, and she's in the newsroom now with what you need to know. Stephanie?
Katie and Don, get it ready, North Carolina, because Florence is coming and there will be devastating effects.
My message today, don't relax. Don't get complacent. Stay on guard.
The governor is urging all North Carolinians to have emergency kits ready and be prepared for power outages that could last days, even weeks. Officials there are expecting more than 1 million to lose power during this storm. He advises everyone to have flashlights, batteries, and emergency supplies, including food, water, and medications that you might need. Also, very important to stay off the roads during the storm. Most deaths occur due to flooding, and storm surge remains the greatest concern.
Floodplain experts at North Carolina Emergency Management know that from storm surge alone, tens of thousands of structures are expected to be flooded, and many more by rising rivers and creeks.
Right now, he says that schools are closed and shelters are open. 108 shelters are up and running with about 7,000 people already in them at last count. Emergency management officials are also working to set up more shelters, including what they call mega shelters if needed. The governor's next update is scheduled for 5 p.m. Stephanie Harris, 10 on your side.